I am probably not the only one who still has one of these bad boys sitting around and who has used it very frequently in their childhood. And if you have a Wii, you probably also have this thing lying around. Correct, it's the game everyone has but no one actually bought. And we probably were all at the point where we decided to leave the comfort zone of our favorite game and enter the unknowns of Wii Play. Summing up, no one actually ever played the minigames anytime else than to unlock Wii Tanks. But Wii Tanks, it was a masterpiece of its time. So as we found out in the last video, watch it now if you didn't do that yet, you can recreate a game if you don't play the game to recall every single aspect of it into your short time memory. So I did that. So now that we figured out that, it was time to actually start. Starting off, I looked for an appropriate wallpaper for this project on the internet, and after I did that, I speedrunned my way into the Unreal Engine. So I really had no idea where to start, so I decided the best thing to do would be to create a tank and make it move. Therefore, I got into Blender and created a tank which I gave the Make Beautiful modifier to make it a masterpiece of its time. The 3D model turned out to not be completely shit, and after 3000 attempts of creating a movement system, I came up with one that actually works. If it looks awfully familiar to you, be sure I didn't steal it from the Unreal Engine flying template. You can trust me with that just as much as you can trust me when I tell you I definitely didn't accidentally delete the first few hours of recording, and that's why this recording was made in a way later point in time. After creating the movement, I added the function to shoot, which went scarily great. So much for the going great part then. As you saw in the video footage before, I decided to create a testing map to get a better feel for the game. The layout of the blocks was very simple to find out by just watching some gameplay footage. The problems came apparent when creating the camera. It just didn't look right. I ended up moving the camera all the way into the sky and setting the camera angle to 2 degrees. It's not a perfect solution, but it works just fine for my purposes. And now that we had a map to test everything out, I also could add the ability for the bullets to bounce off walls. Took a few attempts, but I'm happy with the results. Next I decided to create the 20 levels Wii Tanks has, and after that I worked on the visuals and post-processing. The next best thing I figured was to create the tank trail. Needed a few tweakings but worked great in the end. At this point we had a great game with a fully functioning tank, but it still seemed kind of empty to me. So at some point I thought it was a great idea to create a level editing system, which I now regret because I spent hours over hours creating it and it just turned out to be trash. It works at least, and you can actually save and load your created maps, so maybe it's not that trash after all. You might not know it, but I try to avoid facing my problem with multiplayer and AI. I get anxiety whenever I just think of it. To go around that, I decided to create the graphical user interface for the game, and it looks great. Just look at it. Wow, amazing stuff. As we all know, an amazing game has a greatly advanced AI system. So then that's probably the part where my game isn't that amazing. But I took the AI system over the multiplayer because I don't feel like going through the Spain without the S of multiplayer replication. The problem was I have never created an AI in Unreal Engine before, so I decided the best way to learn it was by watching a million YouTube videos and creating another million documentations. Talking about a million, I would very appreciate if you guys could get me to 1 million subscribers. We are very close to it and it would help me out a lot. Okay, back to the video. After soaking up all the knowledge I could get, I started creating the AI. Yeah, just see for yourself how that was going. Then I added the different levels of bots. To understand the AI, I first created the second level of bot because it includes the most things the other bots will need. It can move to random locations on the map and also aim the turret when the player is in viewing distance. Creating the first level bot was pretty simple. All I did was make it shoot a bullet if the player tanks aligned with the turret, and then I made the turret rotate randomly. For the third level tank, which I found the hardest as a little kid, probably because I never got further than like level 8, I pretty much could copy it from the level 2 tank, but the difference is that it can shoot rockets instead of bullets. That wasn't hard to add either, so I just doubled the flying speed for the rockets. The fourth level tanks are the yellow ones, and therefore that I could never find a system where they put down their mines, my approach was to randomly put them down every 4 to 6 seconds. Other than that, it's only a level 2 bot, which can shoot less bullets. The level 5 bot, I never understood what they did differently. I think the Wii Tanks wiki says they're smarter, but therefore that my bots are the dumbest thing on planet Earth, I didn't even try to make it smart. Instead I decided to make the bot have more bullets to fire. Yeah, that's not too exciting, I know. So now to the level 6 tanks. They were the most horrible to make. I didn't expect such complicated math when recreating a simple 13-year-old game. It took me several hours and also many tears to get a formula that actually doesn't work, lol. Okay, so here comes the nerd in me out, which is now going to explain why. First let me explain what I'm trying to create here. I want to create the level 6 tanks, which is stationary and able to aim over 2 walls and hit you. After 5 hours of thinking in the middle of the night, I got a formula. This lets you put the whole thing into a coordinate system and calculate the point on the wall where the bullet has to bounce off to hit the tank. But this brings up several problems. First, it only works when point A has a larger x value than point B. Second of all, it only works with the x-axis as the wall to aim over. And third of all, it just seems to be incredibly inaccurate for whatever reason. The first problem can be solved by just checking the left and the right of the bot, and then he should be able to hit the player. The second problem though I had no idea how to fix. I just did the thing I always do, acceptance. It's okay for my bot to only be able to aim over one wall, I won't bad shame it. And honestly, when cranking up the bullets it's literally undefeatable. Other than if it kills itself, of course. To my surprise it sometimes actually works, so I have every reason to be completely proud of myself. Then for the level 7 bots there was actually not too much to do there. They're basically just fast, shoot a lot of bullets and put down mines totally uncontrolled. That might also explain why they kill themselves all the time. The level 8 bots are the ones that are white and get invisible. I never reached them myself in the original game cause I'm straight up bad at it. That might also explain why I'm recreating this game. Makes cheating way easier. After all these cute boys were done, I put them down on the correct spots in the levels. So after that what was left to do was only some particles here and there and the sound design. And now we have a mostly functioning game if you ignore all the parts which aren't working. So this is the gameplay footage then. As you can see I called it Wiindows Tanks, which is very creative. We can go to play single player and campaign and then play the 20 levels, like the 21st levels Wii Tanks actually has. And the bots are also placed down in the correct spots in the levels, but this one for just no reason doesn't want to play right now, I guess. And well, the whole game is just a huge bug, so and this one wants to play, I guess. And it killed itself. Very nice. So as you can see, we can aim, we can shoot, we can put down mines. make them explode, of course. And we can play the levels. So right here I won't play all the levels now. If you want to see the whole gameplay, I will link something up here or down in this description. So if you want to see that, you can check that out. And now I'm gonna show you the cube editor, I guess, real quick. It's not done at all. And it's kind of buggy here because right now I'm using my laptop to test this out. So if you go to play and single player and custom map, you can now select the map you've built. And then it's here though, because here's somewhere here is the player spawn. I've got bugged away. Yeah, the multiplayer doesn't work, and I don't think I will add it in the future because multiplayer replication is just a huge ass pain. Hope you enjoyed it. I know you didn't expect a video of me being uploaded within a year of the last one. Neither did I, but I actually did it. Thanks for all the support on the last video, I really appreciated that. And thanks for all the kind comments I received. I ended up having more than 32 hours of video footage for this video because I kept improving working system to non-working ones. So then, all that's left to say for me is thanks for watching, get me to 1,000,000 subs, and bye.